You know what they say about guys who buy their wives guns? That they're really buying for themselves, but I disagree. Oh, excuse me. Straighten this camera up just a little bit here. One Valentine's Day when I was a little flush, I was at my favorite gun shop, the 111 gun shop on Hurstburn Lane, Louisville, Kentucky, and I bought her a .22 caliber pistol. Bought her this one. It's a Heritage Rough Rider, and if you don't know about Heritage Rough Riders, there's about a zillion videos about them on YouTube, because they're universally recognized as being a Best Buy. They're about the cheapest guns that you can buy that are manufactured new in the United States. They're made in Miami, Florida, Heritage Arms Company. They're handmade, and it's a classic sort of Old West style single action revolver. They work very much like a Colt Peacemaker works. They're single action only. You have to cock it each time you fire it. This is one of the few .22 caliber rimfire guns of any kind that you can dry fire, because it has, unlike practically every other revolver ever made, a safety. It's just a little hammer block safety. Watch the hammer move when I engage it. It'll click back just a little bit. Don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Well, I'll show you on the other one. But when that little lever's up, there's a bar that comes up, and it blocks the hammer from falling and hitting the floating firing pin. When it's off, there's a little red dot that you can see. Red is dead. So it's very simple. It's a hefty little sucker. This was 1 pound and 12 ounces or something. And so there's no recoil to it whatsoever. It's really, really fun to shoot. My wife likes it. She keeps it in her drawer next to her in case she has to get up in the middle of the night and shoot somebody. Another interesting thing about the Heritage Rough Riders, they're so cheap, they're inexpensive, is you can get them with a .22 Magnum cylinder as well. The one that I got, Phyllis, cost me about $180. This was years ago, but it came with both cylinders. That's an option, and you can get them a lot cheaper if you just get them with just a .22 cylinder in it. But and they're not. I mean, we're talking about relatively cheap alloy material. The frame is created from steel barrel, steel cylinder, of course, steel innards, and surprisingly nice grips. The thing about them, I've borrowed Phyllis's many times to take to the range to shoot, just because They're so much fun, and it's 22, so it's not like you're blowing a lot of money when you're shooting the things. The thing of it is that it works. It's a fun gun to shoot. I can't tell you how much fun it is. That's why I've shot it many times, even though it really doesn't belong to me. Last week when I went to the range, I sold them a Charter Arms Pathfinder 22 Magnum snub nose that I didn't want anymore and didn't like because it was a single action, double action, and on double action it was a bear to pull the trigger on, and at single action, when you cock it, it was a real hair trigger. I mean, scary hair trigger. So anyway, I liked Phyllis's so much, I got rid of the Charter Arms, and they gave me $100 for it, which I was happy with. And I turned around and for $120 bought myself my own Heritage Rough Rider. This one. Now Phyllis's, the workings are exactly the same on both guns. The action. Phyllis's has a 3.5-inch barrel. My new one has a 6.5-inch barrel. This one has the bird's eye grip. This one has sort of the traditional hammer-shaped grip. But if you look at the wood, we're talking some pretty nice stuff. This one cost me $180 with the extra cylinder. I got this one today for $119. And that is at the range where, generally speaking, even though I've bought a fair number of guns from them, they're not the cheapest guys in town. But I can't wait to go shoot this. The little one, Phyllis's, shot, and was at 7 yards, was shooting continuously low. So what I did was I peeled off some of the front sight blade to raise the sight picture up a little bit, because I can't imagine her shooting at anything more than 7 yards with this. I haven't shot this one yet. I was going to today, but it was Columbus Day, and I guess everybody turned on the news today since they were off from work and saw the Second Amendment marchers in Richmond, Virginia today, and got kind of turned on and got their juices flowing. So they all went out to the range to shoot today. So it was sort of asshole belly button when it came to actually shoot. And I thought, no, I can go later this week. And that's when I'll give this one a try. It'll be really interesting. It's kind of hit or miss as far as the accuracy of these things are concerned. We're talking really primitive sighting. You just got a channel here. Just like an old Wild West 6-shooter, and then got your single blade here. There's not a whole lot you can do to adjust them. If they're off, if they're low, you can peel it down. But the little one's pretty accurate, and with a 6.5-inch barrel, I'm hoping that I'll have the kind of degree of accuracy shooting this that or better that I do with the little short 3.5 inch.